Hello everyone again. Since I've seen you guys do like my Dragon Ball scaling videos a lot, I've decided to make another one. Thought this one is more of a hypothesis video on the Super Saiyan God / Blue multiplier, in which I plan to split the video in two parts, which is the numerical range and the realistic multiplier for such said form. Now before we begging, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon. Without any more filler, let's get the party started. So first of all, let's start with the numerical value, which I have two methods to scale this. Either we go by Veto's statement of fusion being the sum of their parts increased by tens of times, or going by the Daisenshu in where it stated fighter times fighter, in which I interpreted that as their power levels being multiplied. And you might be asking, why does fusion have anything to do with this? Well, you see, it's clear that in Battle of Gods that not even fusion is enough to beat Beerus, stated by Goku, which does make Super Saiyan God even above a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. And before you say Vegito didn't have Super Saiyan 3, well, Gotenks had it, and individually Goten and Trunks didn't even have Super Saiyan 2, so nothing is stopping this from being a hypothetical SSJ 3 Vegito. So anyways, let's start with Veto's statement in where it's tens of times the fighters combined. First let's look up the definition of tens. Well, tens can mean 10 to even 90 times, which actually makes sense because Veto's again says that their power is multiplied dozens of times. Dozen is about 24 to 96, which means at a low ball it's 24 times stronger than both individuals who did the fusions combined. Now let's go over to Vegito with this logic. Now if we take the sum parts of SSJ3 Goku and SSJ2 Vegeta, Vegito will be 500 times base Goku and Vegeta, since SSJ3 is a 400 times multiplier and SSJ2 is a 100 times multiplier. But we multiply this by 24 times at bare minimum and we get the result of Vegito being 12,000 times stronger than base Goku and Vegeta. But that's not all, since this Vegito can also go Super Saiyan 3, which multiples his power by 400, making him 4.8 million times stronger than base Goku and Vegeta. And Super Saiyan God is at bare minimum 2 times stronger than even this, making Super Saiyan God a 9.6 million times multiplier at bare minimum. Now to a more mid-end for this scale, I'll make Te dozens of times increase 50 times, not to make it to high or to low. Now with 50 times this makes base Vegito 25,000 times stronger than base Goku and Vegeta, and making SSJ3 Vegito 10 million times Vegeta and Goku, making the Super Saiyan God multiplier 20 million if we assume it's only 2 times this Vegito. Now for the high end of this scale, if take the maximum definition of dozens, which is 96, then this makes Vegito in base 48,000 times stronger than Goku and Vegeta, which makes this SSJ3 Vegito 19.2 million times Goku and Vegeta, making the Super Saiyan God multiplier 38.4 million times base form. So to put it in perspective with this scale, Super Saiyan God can go from 24,000 times Super Saiyan 3 to 96,000 times that. Crazy, right? Well, the next step is making it with the fighter times fighter logic. Again, if we interpret it being power level times power level, then the multiplier can go way too high. So let's low ball and say Goku's power level is still 3 million somehow, and say Vegeta's is also 3 million. We get that base Vegito is a 9 trillion times multiplier, and SSJ3 on top of that makes it a 3.6 quadrillion times multiplier, making Super Saiyan God a 7.2 quadrillion times multiplier. Yeah, with this scale and interpretation it goes way too high, but we're not done yet. If we go by actual scaling, base Goku and Vegeta from Z should be stronger than Namek Saga Goku and Frieza. Let's go with this, which makes sense. Let's assume their power level is 150 million for both. Now this makes Vegito a whooping 22.5 quadrillion times multiplier, and this makes SSJ3 Vegito a 9 quintillion times boost, and now this makes Super Saiyan God a 18 quintillion times multiplier on base form. So after all of this I just said, you would think I'm exaggerated, but guess what, this multiplier is actually infinitesimally smaller than the actual one. The actual multiplier is actually way higher than any numerical value. So to actually get a grasp on the actual multiplier, we need to go over a little bit of power scaling. So to start off, Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Kid Buu were Therathing to destroy the Kaioshin realm, which is 1/10 of the macrocosm, in which, you know, if you watched my Dragon Ball cosmology video, is a low to mid complex multiversal feat, making Goku the Buu saga already in these levels of power. But this level is nothing in comparison to Super Saiyan God. Because Goku went from possibly destroying a macrocosm to being able to destroy not only the macrocosm casually with every punch he throws, but destroy the universe bubble that contains the macrocosm. And if you've seen my Dragon Ball cosmology video, you know that the macrocosm and universal bubble is not the same construct, meaning the bubble contains the infinite macrocosm, making it a higher level of infinity. So that's why the thumbnail of the video is transcendental, because the Super Saiyan God multiplier is probably by this a transcendental multiplier. Now for Super Saiyan Blue, if we go by Vado's statement, Super Saiyan Blue can go from 480 million times base at a low ball, 1 billion times mid ball, and 1.920 billion times at a higher ball. Now if we want to use the fighter times fighter, it can go from 900 trillion to 1.125 quintillion times multiplier. And yes, Super Saiyan Blue is 50 times Super Saiyan God, especially going off the anime. And if we're going by the transcendental multiplier, then Super Saiyan Blue is 50 times even that. So honestly, I think even if you agree or disagree with me, well, it's understandable, since the multiplier isn't official. Most of this video is just a hypothetical to what the multiplier actually is. Though I would have to say this is all for this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to support my channel. Like and subscribe and click on that bell icon for my next scaling video or shorts. And with that said, see you guys later.